And we're live.
Hey everybody, welcome to the video show. We're
The
talking
video
about
show?
thievery. What? Yeah,
The video show.
video show. We're talking about San Francisco crime. We got a reporter live on the streets.
Yeah,
Sorry.
the next chapter in my San Francisco adventure
Yeah,
is written
shitty
last
chapter.
weekend.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, nice bright sunny day. I'm going to go watch a movie.
Which
so, I
movie,
go down to
by
the
the way?
Metreon.
Okay,
I go to
okay.
see... What did I go see?
Her?
Jack Ryan.
American Hustle.
American Hustle,
Okay. Better.
American Hustle, 2 hours, 2 hour, 20 minutes, somewhere around there. I come out of theater, my bike's gone.
Not all of it, to be clear.
That's true. To be fair, I'm in the bad because I made the foolish mistake of only locking the front tire to the rack. I didn't even kind of notice I hadn't done the frame. I thought I had gotten both. That's what I was aiming for.
Yeah.
I never do just the tire.
Was it like a chain type one?
These tires, so all the person had to do was come unscrew the front tire, and then he walked off with half a bike, which it was in like a really crowded public street corner.
Yeah. So, like,
Nobody
I'm
was curious why this guy's carrying around half a bike?
America.
Wait, is America really just that dismissive of?
I don't know. Probably.
Whatever.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Someone else has a problem. I don't care.
Speaking on the topic of just weird Americans, I was walking home. This would have been Monday, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Guy, kind of like, I don't know, maybe 20 meters in front of me across the street, though. He kind of trips and stumbles a bit, knocking over like a garbage bin and a recycle bin, like one of the ones that, you wheel out and put it on the curb or whatever.
Yeah.
And then just continues walking.
Like doesn't fix his.
No,
mess.
nothing. Like didn't even look at them again. It was just like
That's a thing that happens.
like he
sometimes.
just accepted that. Yeah, that just happened. No, in no way would I do something about it.
Yeah, that was gravity's fault. That's not me.
Basically, it was that's just what happened. That's just what happens in the world is these fall over and nothing can be done about it.
All right, that sounds pretty bad. So, all right, I don't know where to go. Like, it's like, what's your bike backup plan? Are you gonna?
At the moment, well, I'm filing insurance claims to hopefully get some money back this summer to get a nice new bike. But right now, I'm looking into maybe getting like a cheap bike because I don't want to lose another nice bike.
Mm-hmm.
That was a really nice and really expensive bike I had.
Yeah.
So that's just
rough.
that really
Has thievery of this nature ever struck you before? Like, I don't remember any. Like, it kind of made me think. Like, has anything I consider important ever been stolen? And I don't think so. Like,
I've had like my family's van broken into once.
Okay. I guess
But,
it's like it's always like another layer. It's like my uncle had his laptop stolen, but that's like not nuclear family. That's like
you're right. I never thought it would happen to me until that one weekend.
yeah.
And now
Let's
you have
see
to
this
deal with it
movie.
for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Did it taint the movie experience? Like, was it like I immediately don't care about that? Like,
It definitely tainted my day. Like I had an entire day planned of fun activities to do,
yeah,
and it was just like I'm gonna go home now.
yeah.
I'm gonna walk to this police station, tell them what happened, and then I'm gonna carry this tire back home and hang out in my room.
Aw.
Yeah, it definitely sucked, and I really hate. And what's annoying is, so in this new bike purchasing process, it's like you should get a really cheap bike because it's probably gonna get stolen. A and B,
Yeah.
like you're planning to buy a nice bike later, so save money now and spend the money later. But then it's like, if I buy a really crappy bike, I'm just gonna feel crappy every time I go to ride my bike, which I do that like daily.
Yeah. So
But it's like, well, then buy a nice bike. It's like, but I can't buy a super nice bike because it's gonna get stolen again.
Or just buy a super nice bike and like an even crazier lock. Like it's just like really intense. I don't know.
To be fair, like I still have my lock. The lock was fine. He did not get away with my tire.
Oh, so he just okay.
Like I said, the tire was locked to the rack, but I have quick release tires, so if you unscrew the tire from the frame, you can just take the frame away, and the tire's still locked.
Okay.
That's the problem.
So
So
there you go.
I have some guys at work, and they're like, no, you got to get this GPS thing for your bike, so I'm kind of looking into that too, but right now the plan is to just check out some bike stores, maybe look online for some bikes, see what's going on.
Just now that I'm thinking about it, like, have you ever heard that Freeze Pop song "Bike Thief"? Because now it has like weird extra relevance. So
I've probably heard it. I didn't think about it. I haven't
was
heard
it actually
Freeze
about
Pop in a
like
while.
someone's in the band's
Well,
bike being stolen, or?
No, it's from the other point of view where like they are the bike thieves. So now that song's just gonna be like they're jerks. But later they write another song about something being stolen from their house after a party, and they're like, I know I wrote a song about stealing bikes, but you know what? It's not fun when it's happening to you. And it's like, okay, they came around.
Was this on the
learned
same
lessons.
album, or?
No, this was another album. It took them several years to learn this lesson, but yeah. Freeze Pop.
Actually, just looking at the chat, Salamance92 says, my old house was broken into twice, lost all my games.
Oof.
That's, ouch. That sucks.
That's worse. And also a great way to bring up games.
You know, I just, the feeling of dread, like when you come home and you see your doors like slightly ajar.
Nice try, Nathan. Nice try.
Yeah.
That would just be terrifying.
Yeah, immediately, like, hair on the back of your neck goes up. It's like alert mode. Something's wrong.
Yeah, no, like, I had something similar. Like, I came out of the movie theater, and, you know, I'm looking at the bike racks down the block, and it's like, all right, where's my bike? Because there's a whole bunch of bikes. It's like, which one's mine? And then getting closer, it's just like, I'm not seeing my bike. Where's my... And then all of a sudden, you see a tire locked to where you know you put your bike, and it's just like, oh, God.
Deflating. Yeah. All right. Okay. Games being stolen was mentioned earlier. So, segues and top-down perspectives. That's what we're doing.
Smooth. So smooth.
I know.
Smooth.
It's January 30th, 2014. So it's the last podcast of January for us. And, yeah, welcome to the live show to those watching on YouTube. But to everyone else, like, hey, welcome. This is the podcast. My name's Nathan, and I'm the one talking right now because I started to do that. John is here.
Hello, I am John.
And Sean's the guy with the bike stories. He was just talking, yeah.
He has all the stories about bikes.
Yeah.
Hopefully I don't have very many more stories about bikes.
Yeah,
Besides,
that's the
I got
last
a bike.
story of that nature about bikes. It'll just be cool bike trips from now on.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know who wants to kick off. I guess I'll go. Sean, you're just let's talk about good stuff that happened.
Sure.
You enjoyed.
All right. Slight kind of. Here's a nice transition from a San Francisco related thing to video games.
Yeah.
I walked by Double Fine this week.
Oh, okay.
I didn't go in or anything. It was just.
But I
knew
walked
they-
past and looked and recognized it looked nice.
And texted me a photo, and I was like, "Oh, okay." Like it doesn't have like a big logo or anything. It's just a building, but
It looks kind of like a condo.
there's magic happening in that building.
Just an office building, yeah.
It's a magic condo.
But yeah, I was around there this week.
Is that crazy out of the way from where you're normally at, or?
It's a little bit out of the way, but I was on my way to a bike store. And I was like, wait, I'm pretty sure there's some buildings in this area that I was looking up. Because I was also looking up, like, where's CBSI, where's Tested, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of... So I already knew what the buildings looked like. I just wasn't 100% sure where they were. And I only had the concept of maybe I'm in the right area. And then I walked right past it, and I was like, oh, there's Double Fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, but for games I played, I guess just real quick, I'm still playing Risk of Rain daily.
Yeah, so I am now too. So I've been
Yeah, you've been on a few of them for sure.
space.
In fact, 2 nights ago, we beat the game on easy.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
That's a
which was
milestone.
definitely great. And then we tried it on normal last night and got our asses handed to us.
That sounds
we-
about right.
We got like 4 or 5 levels in, right?
Yeah, we were on level 5 for sure.
I thought we did
still
okay.
lost in about 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, no, for people who are interested in hearing us scream while the screen goes crazy, you
kinda
should check
have
out our
to
daily
get
Risk of
all
Rain
the
challenge.
explosions, yeah.
It's on Paul's Twitch channel, but just if you're following, I guess my social network, my Twitter, as you can see right below, or for people listening at Sean_Booker, we talk about it often and for show announcements and stuff.
Oh, I guess I haven't been retweeting those or anything, but yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I won't get into much into that because I already talked about it a bunch last week, but it's still pretty fun. New games I played this week. I'll just briefly mention Broken Age. I only played literally about 15 minutes of it, but I'm loving just kind of like the thematic elements of it. It's funny and it looks cool. I like the voice acting quite a bit. I've only played, I should say, 15 minutes of Shay's, the boy's story.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm already liking what I played, so I really want to play some more of it.
Okay.
Just haven't got a ton of free time at the moment. And then I put about an hour into The Room 2, because that went on sale 2 days ago. So it's currently $3.
Okay.
Nathan, have you played any of it yet?
No, it was on iPad for a little bit before that, right? Wasn't it? Or no?
It's on what do you mean?
Like, because I'm playing it on iPhone. I thought it was like the iPhone and iPod Touch release.
No, I'm playing it on the iPad.
Oh, okay. But didn't it come out like a week ago or something? It was just full price, or 2 weeks ago?
No, it came out last year.
Oh, okay. Okay. But you
This
just
thing
started
came out in
playing it.
December. This is just the first time it's been on sale, and that's when I picked it up.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay, yeah. Yes, I also picked it up. I haven't played it at all yet, though. Brittany's been playing it, but I haven't really asked much about how good it is or whatever. But it's interesting.
Well, so I played the tutorial puzzle, which was just pretty obvious puzzles. The second puzzle, there's like a little miniature pirate ship that you get to like open up and stuff.
Ooh, it's like that Tintin book.
Maybe.
There was like a map coiled up in the mast of the model, and then they find it.
Okay, it's not. There's no map coiled up in the mast, but there is a small pirate ship.
Okay.
Which I believe is chapter 2. They have it broken up into chapters now. I don't know how long it is, but put about an hour into this.
Mm-hmm.
And then Bravely Default showed up in the mail, and I haven't played that yet.
That's a 3DS Square game.
Yeah, it's a traditional JRPG, which I was kind of hoping to ask you some questions about it, but...
You can ask me as much as you want next week.
All right,
or ask about the box art, because we could probably just take a look at that.
It comes in a box.
Or did you get a code for it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's it then? That's...
Yeah. I haven't really been playing that much, just kind of Risk of Rain.
Okay. So John, let's go back in time.
Uh-oh.
And play some games from many decades ago. That seems to be what you were doing, basically, looking at this list.
Yep.
So
starting with Pokemon Y, the ancient of all games.
Yeah. Well, you'd have to start at that one, because that invalidates my statement. But...
Exactly. So you're still playing it? You must be having some fun.
I got my first badge. I'm at Lumious.
You've been playing it for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not playing it that much.
I see, okay.
I made a trainer PR video. That was the most fun I've had with that game so far.
What does that mean?
I don't even remember what that is.
Trainer PR video is basically you make a little video just promoting yourself and anyone.
Oh, right, it's a commercial for people you like Street Pass or something, right?
Yeah, so I made one of those because I thought it'd be funny, and I made one I enjoyed, and then that was it.
Use the camera, like, are you?
No, it's like all this, like you have like predetermined camera angles. You can show either yourself or a Pokemon. There's like all these pre-made sentences you can put in there, such as "ooh ah," and "don't you know who I am?" Just stupid shit like that.
So this is weird, like, kind of wrestler promo, but for your Pokemon training?
That's pretty much what I cut, yeah.
Great. Okay. I didn't know. Is that a new feature? Is that Pokemon XY exclusive?
Yeah, it's Pokemon XY. I don't know. I like it.
So, yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure I'll enjoy playing Pokemon again eventually.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I'm just having fun doing stupid stuff, and I'm wandering around Lumiose City, like seeing what things I can do and getting kicked out of stores for not being fancy enough.
With your fire posse. Yeah. Okay.
Other than that, to go with Nathan's original point,
yeah,
I've been playing a lot of NES games lately because a friend of mine is staying with me this week. And, Yep. And since she's been here, we've been going through a bunch of old games that I've just never beaten before. So we started with Rygar for the NES, which is about a dude who has a yo-yo shield, and he kills people with it.
So Captain America.
Except it is literally on like a yo-yo string.
Okay, so he's got like the coil attached to him, and he wheels it out and pulls it back.
Yeah, like he'll throw he'll throw the shield, it'll spin out and then come back. So it's like a yo-yo shield.
Is there like weird like around the world, and it's like a sweep attack?
Straightforward.
Okay.
Walk the dog.
Exactly.
Yeah, just kind of throws it down and rolls toward the guy. They didn't do that as weird power-ups.
My entire knowledge of yo-yo tricks comes from that one episode of Recess.
I thought you were going to say the second Ninja Turtles movie, because that's where I know mine from.
Okay. No, I'm going Recess.
Whereas I don't know where I picked up any yo-yo lingo. I'm sorry. Maybe it was an Arthur episode or something. Did they use yo-yos?
Probably.
We'll just go with that.
They would have still been cool back then.
Isn't there Simpsons about yo-yos?
I don't know. There's a Simpsons about everything else, so probably.
Okay, yeah, that Simpsons yo-yo episode, you know. That was the one. Anyway, so Rygar, you finished that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that worth going back? Does that hold up? Is it awesome?
No.
Okay.
We had to grind a lot to stop getting our ass kicked in that game. That's actually a recurring theme with all 3 games I played. Is grinding seems to be pretty prevalent in the games.
Yeah, looking at them, that's definitely rings.
Okay, well, let's move on to something you had fun with.
So I'm done talking about games then.
Yeah, no, these next 2 games are classics, but also kind of horrible. So
yeah,
which one do you want to tackle first?
Zelda II: The Adventures of Link.
Okay. Paul loves this game, but I don't know how recently he played it, or if he's kind of, nostalgia something. I like it, but I don't know. What are your thoughts right now this week on Zelda II: The Adventures of Link?
Not a fan.
Okay. The side-scrolling, like it's RPG.
It kind of just becomes bullshit near the end of it. It just kind of becomes like making sure you don't die, like dodging things like barely. The things the game wants you to do, you kind of can't do as well as they expect you to do, unless you've played the game a ton. So for like a first time through, I did not really have too much fun. And plus, if I wanted to get any like power-ups, I had to grind, because if you die, you lose all your experience points.
Mm-hmm.
But you keep any levels you gained. So it's like, oh, I only need to kill like 3 more enemies to get this level. Oh, I got game over. Well, guess I gotta kill another 300.
Yay!
No,
Yeah.
I mean like a little generous with the numbers, saying like 300. It's much lower than that, but still, kind of some bullshit things to that. I don't know.
Roguelike, you gotta start over.
Playing that, I can see why it's considered the black sheep of the Nintendo releases, and why most people prefer the top downs or the 3D Zeldas.
Yeah. I still found that RPG like layer interesting. Like looking at it like after playing a bunch of subsequent ones and going back, it's like, whoa, this one's weird. Like they were trying some weird stuff. But yeah, I was using a strategy guide for like most of that. Like I was just checking the game FAQ or whatever, and then going back and pulling off some weird exploits or whatever to get past it. So I remember beating it, but that was on like the GameCube port that came with that weird Zelda collection.
It's the only time I've played that game.
Yeah,
I played the proper NES cart.
Okay.
And you're not really like, you don't lose or gain anything from doing that, from what I've seen.
Yeah. Okay. Is there some weird stuff, like there's specific NPCs you need to talk to that the game isn't very clear about, like that kind of stuff?
Like I am Error.
Yeah, well, I mean, Error is famous as just being like, is this a mistake or is this guy's name? I don't know, but like, doesn't he tell you something important?
Yeah, he tells you, I forget how to find an area or how to defeat an area. I can't remember what it was.
Okay. I guess we have that on 3DS. That was the last time I played it, because it was like part of the Ambassador program. So
yeah,
I'm going to check this out.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so I do have a couple copies of that.
Yeah, so you could jump in on Zelda 2, just keep a guide handy.
Yeah.
Do that, I guess. Some great music in it, though. I remember like playing it and being like, oh, this is where that Smash Brothers song came from. Cool. All right.
That's probably its greatest contribution to Nintendo nowadays, is the music from Smash Brothers.
Yeah. That was some good stuff. But okay, this next game, though, I have less affinity for. I tried playing it like a year ago.
I also beat the original Metroid.
You beat it?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Did you have a map handy?
Yeah.
Okay, because I was like...
Just to speed up the process, because that game got confusing fast.
Okay. That was always the hurdle. Like, I started drawing my own last time I played it. I was like, no, I'm going to play this like it's 1987, and I'm just a kid who picked this up, and I have no access to the internet. And
so you broke out your old copies of Nintendo Power that had a map in there.
I don't have copies of Nintendo Power that old, so no help there either. But I guess that's what a kid then would do.
Nintendo Power is.
Hmm?
What do you think the oldest copy of Nintendo Power you have is?
Probably like 2004 or something.
What do you think, John?
No, wait. 02 or something. It must be from about...
The oldest one I have or had?
I guess, I don't know.
Currently
I don't have, the only issues in Nintendo Power I have right now is the final issue.
Did you get rid of them all or
something? You got rid of them?
I think they just might have got left in storage when I moved many years ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I still have mine.
I think I have one from real old, because I think back when I was actually like subscribed, I found must have been like a card store or like a Yeah, it must have been like a hobby shop that like they had baseball cards and stuff, but they also had old magazines. And I was just like, I gotta find the oldest Nintendo Power. So I can't check what it is now. It's somewhere in my parents' place, but I have a really old one. I know that.
Like 80s, like NES.
I don't know. Next time I have the chance, I'll check.
Okay. But yeah, mine, the first one I ever bought was like a Godzilla was on the cover, and it was like a bunch of characters that were like, guess who's coming? And it was like the GameCube lineup for 2002 or something.
Yeah, like, I'm pretty sure mine's older than that.
Okay.
Yeah. I got a hand-me-down from my cousin that had Mega Man 2 on the cover.
Nice.
So I think that's one of the first 6 or first 12.
Old magazines. They're so useless, sort of. Because, like, unless there's like an interview with somebody that's like more just about games as a thing, it's all just like, this is coming out, here's some information about it, and you're just like, this is all old now, but alright, they're kind of charming. I don't know. But okay, Metroid, you beat it.
Yep.
Is it, like, was it hard? Did you find it frustrating? Like, were you grinding to get health back?
Yeah, you have to do this. For those who don't know, like, there are health tanks in Metroid, but if you die and get game over and restart or continue, you start with 30 health points. That's it, no matter how many energy tanks you have. And at certain points of that game, enemies can do 20 damage to you.
Yep.
So you can die in 2 hits if you're not careful. So you have to grind out health at a number of points. And most enemies give you 5 health. Some will give you 20. And that's about it. So you kind of have
a lot of back and forth, right? Like,
yeah.
Or just waiting for those dudes to come out of the... Like those little bugs.
That's why those are there. The little like constantly regenerating enemies that come out of the pipes.
Yeah.
So you can grind health. It's just there's a lot of really dumb decisions in that game, which is why the first Metroid I played was Super, like that I properly played. Because I played bits and pieces of 1 and 2.
Metroid 2.
I actually beat Metroid 2. I liked it, but it's not quite the same structure. Like it. I don't know. I like it's just like there are this many Metroids and you need to kill them, and then you're just finding them, and that's the whole game.
Yeah.
Whereas this is like sort of like all like the it's very much the same pattern that later Metroid games polished up, but it's just like there's this various areas and different bosses in each of them. Like all those dudes are in it, right? Like Ridley and
Ridley and Kraid.
Kraid, yeah. And Mother Brain is there, and you press missiles a bunch or something. Is that all you do? Or is there more strategy?
Yeah, you kill Ridley, Kraid, and then kill Mother Brain.
Is Mother Brain just mash the missile button though, or?
Yes, but you have to dodge like Spaghetti-O lasers.
Okay. Great.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm glad I beat it. I didn't get the fastest ending, obviously, because I had to beat the game in less than an hour.
Okay. And that's where you like reveal her flowing hair, and it's like, oh, dude, what?
No, I got that in my time, which I believe was between 3 and 5 hours.
Oh, okay, what's the super special ending then?
She takes off all
she's
her clothes.
she's like her super bikini, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh wait, really? I was making a joke.
Yeah,
no, that's actually what it was. If you beat the game in under an hour, she's in a bikini. If you beat her in 3 hours, she's in like just a spacesuit. 3 to 5 hours, she just takes off her helmet. I think longer than that is like she gives a thumbs up, and even longer than that is she just like cries because you're so bad at the game.
And then if you don't beat it, she's just dead.
Yeah, there you go.
Sorry. A long-lost garment was just found.
I thought that was a cat, based on what I saw on screen. I thought it was a cat.
No, we were cat sitting this week, but he's back home, so that is no longer the case. Anyway.
Now looks like that's all you played?
That's it. I'm done.
All right, Nathan, big long list.
Yeah, I got a big long list. Just looking at it, this is one of the first weeks ever, I think, where I've like really enjoyed every game I played this week. So it's like
whoa, all right,
non-stop rush of feeling good about games. It was awesome. First off, Ollie Ollie, which is that skateboarding game on the Vita.
Right.
Have you checked this? Like looked into this at all? It's like a side-scrolling.
Just been
combos.
Listening about it on podcasts.
Okay. It's fun. I don't know. It's like some people are saying like Meat Boy-esque stuff. I'd also kind of throw in what's that game that
I was hearing Tony Hawk.
Cannibals. Also Tony Hawk because it's a skateboarding game, but it's like just the tight controls, I guess, is kind of the thing people are commenting on. But I'd also it's got an Infinite Runner style feel to it, like a Cannibals or something, but it's level based. But yeah, you're just a little guy running to the right, always moving, and you are basically trying to get to the end of the stage, but you also, like, I guess, Jetpack Joyride style, they give you, like, 5 objectives you're trying to get to. So like get a certain amount of. I guess Tony Hawk does this too.
That's the Tony Hawk comparison right there.
You're right, except it's kind of like because it's always. I guess there are like.
Well, some kids, no, it's a jetpack joyride comparison.
Yeah, so I'm doing more contemporary like illusions for people, because no one knows. Like that Tony Hawk HD one, everyone was mad about. But I guess in Tony Hawk though, are there levels where you're just kind of constantly bombing down a hill?
There's the downhill jams.
There's a couple downhill jams. Okay,
this is basically all that. These are all downhill jams in some sense, but you're going, And there's, I guess, 5 different areas. Some of the stuff that...
I feel like, however, with the downhill jams is nobody liked them except Tony Hawk himself, so there was always, like, one of them.
Then they made an entire game based around it, remember?
On the Wii, right?
Tony Hawk's Downhill Jam.
Yeah. So, I don't know, I don't know, I don't have a deep history of Tony Hawk games. I played a couple of them like 10 years ago. I played Underground to completion. That was the one I got into.
Well, that was a good choice, to be fair. So.
I thought it was okay. I made my custom dude. He had like a tie-dye shirt and like a weird hat, and I like jumped over.
Underground 2 Remix was my first PSP game.
Great. Is that the one with like Bam Margera? Isn't he in it?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. There's like a sumo wrestler.
That is the one.
Okay. Anyway, there's some skateboarding stuff. This you can only play as one guy, I think. He's just a little guy with a hat. Like there's no customizing or whatever. What this game does well is kind of like the antithesis of all the stuff I was saying about how I don't like playing games on the go. I started actually traveling around with my Vita this week, and this is a perfect game for that kind of like quick play sessions because it's just got a giant reset button right there. So if you wipe out, you just hit that button and you're back doing it. I guess that's also maybe another one of the Meat Boy comparisons. Like it's really snappy at just throwing you at it again, so you don't get frustrated because you're just able to tackle it again.
Okay.
But yeah, you're just kind of bombing, grinding down these rails, doing weird spins and pulling off combos and stuff. You have to. It's all timing on just your landings essentially. So it's just to land on a rail, you kind of do a move on the left thumbstick towards it at the right time, and then you get like a bonus. And then you always have to land your trick by tapping X at the right time, and that's pretty much all you're doing. So it's kind of got a platforming type element here and there. But yeah, there's some weird stages. Like it's like you're in basically the Soviet Union grinding on tanks and stuff. I am now in like this weird neon city, and there's like billboards and a bright train in the background and stuff. It's
to be fair, cool. Once again, all that happened in Tony Hawk. So.
All this. So Tony Hawk already did it. Apparently, this game's totally played out and a total ripoff. But I like it.
Like
so.
The grinding in Soviet Russia on tanks even happened in Tony Hawk's Underground. Actually.
Are you serious? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this apparently flagrantly borrows stuff from other games, but it's in a 2D setting, and it's pretty fun and fast. So I liked it. I'm still playing it, but yeah. And it has a daily challenge type mode too. It has a daily grind, so it's just like pull off the best combo. You get one chance at the run. And yeah, that stuff's pretty cool. I guess also on Vita I played more Luminous, and I feel like I finally figured out a whole thing with that game I've just never been doing before, which is like pulling off giant screen clearing combos. Like, did you always have an avatar dude that would give you power-ups? Was that a thing?
No.
Okay.
That is an addition from Electronic Symphony.
Okay, so I really like that because I'm just tapping the back of my Vita all the time and just powering up, so then I can get basically a special block of my choice, more or less, by triggering that. So that just kind of changed the game in terms of just like, well, I'm going to purposely set up this giant chain of like one color of block, and then I can trigger a chain link one when I want, and then get a huge combo. So I made it way further and bumped my high score by like 100,000 points, and I still like going back to that game. Yeah, and there's some great songs in it that I still enjoy. Over on DS, kind of this is all part of the portable stuff. I'm still playing 999. I'm almost done. Based on the flowchart, I've started using the flowchart. I just because after that second exact same thing,
I told you.
Yeah, and it doesn't really spoil stuff either, and it does mention like here are the 4 arbitrary story like things you need to trigger.
The story checks.
Yeah, which is just like say this instead of this, and it's just like why? Like there's no indication when you're just playing.
Right. No. Yeah. There's no spoilers. Yeah.
Exactly. So I was just like, all right, this is actually very helpful. I accidentally ended up going down a path that is totally redundant for one of my endings. Like, it's like, don't even bother doing this path because the real ending's just after it, and you need to have done this other thing first. And I was like, oh, great. So I just wasted a bunch of time. But, yeah, I'm about to finish the safe ending, and then I can do the true ending.
Oh man, the safe ending is real crazy. Like you're about to get your mind blown because you're about to see like the stuff for this game.
Like what's really going on? I'm totally down with that.
Yeah, the safe ending hints at what's really going on, and then when you look at the true ending, it explains what the safe ending was, and you're just like, what on earth is this game?
All right, I've been really enjoying it. I do like how they handle replaying it, like just skipping all the dialogue and stuff. It definitely feels snappy and well thought out on that front. And yeah, just like crazy murder horror mystery thing. It's cool. So yeah, I'm gonna finish that. Should I roll right into Virtue's Last Reward? Do you think?
I haven't even started Virtue's Last Reward, so I have no idea.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna save that for the summer.
Okay.
Like I did 999 this last summer, and I think I'll do Virtual's Last Reward this summer.
Maybe I should space it out a little bit, but I don't know. I'm still digging that game a lot. I haven't gotten to the end of it though, so we'll see what the revelations reveal. There's only like one puzzle I thought was just really lame. I just was like not into it, but yeah.
There's one more puzzle that also kind of sucks.
Okay. Great.
And I would it's the very last puzzle, and you'll notice it.
So don't feel mad about looking.
I would just recommend just load up the fact just to like get through it.
Okay.
Because you're like you were so incredibly close to just like a major cutscene
like
of
blowing open
happening.
that whole thing. Okay.
It's like we're gonna put this just real, and it's not even like it's an annoying puzzle. It's just one that you can't go through quickly based on its nature.
That sucks.
So at that point, it's just like just get a fact, so you can just type whatever you need to and then just go.
Okay. It's definitely kind of come down to like how late am I playing it is whether or not I take on the puzzles myself or just look it up, because it's just like, oh, fuck this, I'm just tired, let's just go, and then I'll look it up, or it's just like, all right, let's puzzle this out, let's figure this out, I'm gonna get invested. So I've looked up a couple things already, but apparently everyone does, so I'm not feeling too bad about it. I played through all of Broken Age in the past little while.
Okay. All that's out, I assume.
Yeah, so all of part 1, but I feel like their like choice of ending point is really smart. So it feels like a complete idea is at least expressed, and then it's like, cool, I'm down for part 2. Like it's a very kind of episodic type thing. It took about 3.5 hours or something for both, so it's not very long. Maybe like 1.5 to Telltale episodes kind of would equate the timeline of it. But I don't know. As like a longtime fan of just other Tim Schafer games, like it's definitely felt very familiar in a lot of ways, like just kind of what you're looking for and kind of just talking to dudes to reveal different like options and whatever. But it's cool. Shay's story, I know you just started it, but like it is structurally very interesting to me in a way that Vela's is a little more traditional, I guess. But I guess I won't really elaborate too much because the way all the pieces kind of fit together and stuff is kind of the big thing. But very nice looking game. I was actually pretty impressed with just seeing just a graphic adventure on like the big screen. Like it's just kind of a weird thing to see, but it was kind of cool. And yeah, really the thing about that game that I was like most blown away by is the last little bit, so I don't want to elaborate, but that might factor into maybe something later as to what was the best thing this week or whatever, or something maybe, without me elaborating. I also played RBI Baseball, so picked that up. Just going with NES games.
Is this the point where I ask why?
No, yeah, fair enough. Jeff Gerstmann over at Giant Bomb just did an Encyclopedia Bombastica about this game, and he was really excited about it, and he gave it favorable comparisons to my favorite baseball game, which is Ken Griffey on the SNES. So I was like, okay, cool. And then I came across it at a secondhand store for like $10 with the box and instructions, which I was really excited about. So I picked that up, and it's actually really good. I've been playing it quite a bit. It's really good with an asterisk, I guess. When you're doing outfielding, you are controlling your entire team with the D-pad, so it's really easy to just put your guys like totally in the wrong place to field the ball correctly, because you're just like, oh, I was chasing it with my infielder, but then it became clear that wouldn't work out, and now my outfielder is running against the wall in the middle of the stadium, so now I need to run all the way over here, and they just got 3 runs. And I lost to Detroit, and I'm playing the All-Stars. So it's just broken that way. But 1v1 has been more fun. Like Brittany and I have been playing a little bit. I still don't know how home runs happen. Like it's like I won't be able to get one, and
that's when the ball is hit out of the park.
Oh, okay. See, I'm timing my hit, and it never does it. Like I've gotten like 3 ever, and she's just routinely making that happen. So I don't know. I'm stealing a lot of bases though, so that's where I make up on it. But it's fun. It's old. I should probably just pick up that Ken Griffey game though for the Super Nintendo.
Which one? There was 2.
The first one's the one I was way into. So
okay, I was way into the second one. So winning gone.
Is it similar? Like, am I missing out on something in the second one?
I think it looks better. I believe it's also made by Rare. So
weird. Okay.
You guys should fight.
Good baseball games. I don't have like
fight with baseballs.
Yeah. Like I have no experience with the second one. Maybe it's great too, but whatever. If I come across it at some point, maybe I'll pick it up.
I know. Here's a question.
Yep.
You have to fight each other. One of you gets unlimited baseballs. Okay. One of you gets a bat. Which weapon do you choose? The other person gets the other one.
I think I can do anything I want with the baseballs, right? Because then I just like load them into a cannon and just start firing them at them.
But you don't also have a baseball cannon.
If you can find a cannon, I guess you could. But you have to be confident.
I'm just imagining we're in a giant circular room and there are baseballs and a bat, and that's it. And we start at opposite ends of the arena. And it is battle time. So
I'd probably still pick the baseballs because I could throw 2 and you can only swing 1.
You could throw a bunch in theory.
You could throw unlimited, like as fast as you can throw.
Yeah.
Then yeah, baseballs easily.
I don't know how good your aim is, but I'm okay with that because I'd choose the bat anyway.
I also don't need to aim well because I can just throw at your feet and have them bounce around and throw you off.
Right. But I mean, you have to
keep in mind if Nathan hits one of them, he could hit it back at you.
That's true.
Do you think he's that accurate with a baseball bat?
I don't know how accurate you are with a baseball, so I have no idea.
Touche.
I guess we don't know enough. I was in Little League baseball for a couple years, but that was.
If this was Ken Griffey Jr. versus Ken Griffey Jr.
Crazy baseball master over here.
Maybe. I like baseball, but yeah, it's fun. It's an old game. Risk of Rain. I've been playing that as well. A little bit on my own, in addition to the stuff we've been doing. I started playing as the Enforcer just to see if you're right and it's just bad. I died 3 times really quickly. I love that character class in theory. I'm just gonna hide behind this shield, but it just seems like it doesn't work when it needs to. It's just I'm standing near this Colossus, totally damaging him, but then this little Colossus is standing over my head, and somehow he is totally destroying me, and then I die, and it's just lame. So. Yeah, I tried the cowboy class by myself too, and made it a little bit further. But what's his name? What's that guy?
The bandit, I think.
Okay. I guess I'm trying to. You said fixing robots unlocks the robot class, fixing
the
drones?
guy I'm playing as, something like that. Yeah, 40 drones or something.
Okay, so I guess just me playing it a bit on the side might make things more interesting on the stream or whatever. So messing around with that a little bit. I played a lot with the drawing mode in Game & Wario the last couple weeks. Just they made it front and center on the dashboard now, and it's pretty fun. You're just drawing stuff. And have you seen this functionality in the game?
Is this the one where you make a robot?
No. This is basically it draws something, but just with the Miiverse community.
Oh, so yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know what this is.
Oh, okay. It's basically just there's a list of weird words, and
did they update the game or something?
No, as far as I'm aware, this was there since the Miiverse functionality was in that game.
Yeah, it was always in there, but it was buried under a couple submenus or something. Now it is the third option on the main title screen. It's just if you kind of scroll over it, Orbulon's hey, how do you like the new placement or whatever? I got a new place set up here on the the title screen or whatever. It's weird. They're making that more highlighted, which also might explain how many people are drawing on that thing, because I've suggested a bunch of words, and you wait around a couple hours and then check, and then a bunch of people drew Daft Punk or anime was one of my suggested words.
So if you make a suggestion that's been suggested before, there's already drawings for it.
Oh, so just pools them from previous? Okay. I don't know. Maybe both of them were tired words at some point, but anime was top 10 the next day, and I was yeah, I did it. I got a trending word on Game & Wario. amazing.
After what John said, I feel like you didn't do anything.
No, it was me.
Sorry, dude.
I made all this.
I know a bunch of things I suggested. I did the same thing. I did not. I already had like a bunch of results before I even.
Yeah, so actually, John was the one that made anime. So.
Oh, that was you. Darn it.
I might have been. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna be the first one to write like red. Or you know what? I'm gonna write Mario. Bet I'm the first guy.
But yeah, all those Mario drawings. It's because of you. It's because you said it. It's like,
but I better go there right now. I better start that game up.
I wrote Miyamoto. I bet no one thought of that.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a doofy thing, but I thought it was fun. And finally, just earlier today, I was playing more Darksiders. That's a cool game.
Yeah.
I beat the first kind of major.
Get your
dungeon.
M-rated Zelda on.
Yeah, I forgot how like just stabby and violent that game is. It's kind of like also solving my like God of War. Like I haven't played one of those in a while either, so it's just like,
maybe you should
like
just play what was it?
Ascension. Yeah,
Ascension.
Jumping on that. I haven't not been looking at price points for that every now and then. Just be like, is this like cheap yet? Maybe. No. All right, I'll just play Darksiders, like that kind of thing. I might roll right into Darksiders 2 after. I'm not sure. I have it installed, so that might happen. But anyway, that was the list of games. I enjoyed every single one of them in its own way, so it's a landmark moment.
Fun week for you.
Yeah, I had a good time. Let's move on to news, though. There's a lot of stories.
Yeah, some stuff happened.
It's kind of big stuff compared to previous weeks. More things.
Well, last week was a big week as well for Nintendo. This week, another big week for Nintendo. So let's start with that.
Okay.
So like we mentioned last week, Nintendo was not doing great financially.
Yeah, they're kind of forecast.
So they were looking into what they could do. So a couple of things happened. I'll kind of go through this chronologically. But first, we got like a report, almost a rumor from I believe it was a Japanese
Nikkei
company called Nikkei or Nikkei.
Yeah, Nikkei. They always seem to report on Nintendo rumors, and most of the time they're right.
Right. So they reported that Nintendo was going to be looking into free mini games on smartphones. They didn't use the word demo. However, they did use the word, I'm not going to say the Japanese thing, but it translated to free mini game, which is basically a demo, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So we were expecting something to be formally announced. Later that week, Nintendo commented on that and said, no, we're not doing that. In fact, they specifically said, we have no plans to offer mini games on smart devices.
That's pretty explicit, so okay.
They did, however, say, this Thursday, so I think it was announced yesterday, but it would have been Thursday for them or something. Anyway, I believe it was yesterday. They did announce kind of what their plans were, and they have quite a few. So the first one is it seems like they want to release some kind of like a service platform. So there'll be like a Nintendo app in order to, and I quote, make connections with customers, which I interpreted as they're going to put like trailers on.
Maybe, but it could also be like Club Nintendo stuff. Like you could just register your game on the go or something.
Right. Which
maybe
we got a bit more details on what exactly they're doing. I'm loading up this last article. The one, Nathan, that you put there, I hadn't heard about, but we'll get to that in one sec.
Okay.
But through the Wall Street Journal, Nintendo announced that they're not going to do a massive price cut for the Wii U yet.
Mm-hmm.
The gamepad is going to become a more important part of the games.
Cool.
Which I don't know exactly what that means, but I'm hoping it means not just second screens anymore, like not just a mirrored screen. You know what I'm saying?
Like more Zombie U, like really integral to everything you're doing.
Right. That's what I'm hoping that is interpreted as.
Mm-hmm.
But who really knows? They also announced that Nintendo Network ID is going to be coming to phones and tablets, but not full-fledged games. So like you were just saying, Nathan,
okay,
so maybe some Club Nintendo stuff there.
Yeah.
Which, again, to me that means you could maybe register your game and then do the survey on your phone.
Those surveys are kind of annoying, so I guess doing that on a bus or something might be okay.
Right.
Like,
yeah, like I barely ever do those surveys.
It's like, I need those 10 coins though. I gotta get platinum. I've done all of them. Like at some point, yeah, I take them kind of seriously too. I don't know why. It's just like I need to. Oh yeah.
It's important to you.
Like you give them all your feedback.
Yeah, I'm just like, sure, Nintendo's asking, they want to know.
And you give them a rating from 1 to 100 on what this game was?
Yeah, I do the whole thing.
Why?
I don't know. It's just like Nintendo is looking for information. I'm like I'm an informed customer, so let's give them.
John, what do you do?
I fill them out too, but I like anytime they ask for like a description, I'll just only give like a short like 1 sentence.
Okay.
Oh man, I don't know if I'm just lazy, but I say all games are 100. I say I don't know for everything.
Yeah, that's.
If I want to actually type something, I put the word fun.
Okay.
I think you're the reason we don't get the nice things in our Club Nintendo, Sean.
Oh man. It's like I'm taking them face value. It's just
I don't know what you guys are saying. This Canadian guy really loves these Wiimote holders. Okay?
He says everything's really fun.
Yeah, like this thing got 100.
Like you're just warping the stats. Like I don't know. Maybe that's why like mixed messages. That's why they're like all full steam ahead on Luigi. Like it's all because of misinformation. I don't know.
Yeah, sorry guys. Sorry for the year of Luigi, I guess.
Yeah.
In
so much blowback
this,
lately.
in this announcement, they also reminded us that Mario Kart 8 is coming out in May.
They said May though for the first time, right?
Yeah, they never had a date. They just said like.
Oh, they didn't have a date.
Time. That was why I made a special note of that. But yeah.
Okay. What was it before? Just like Q2 then,
Spring.
I guess?
It was just like
they just said springish, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll take that back. I thought it was literally just a reminder of a game coming out.
No, yeah, it's like I didn't think that was news. And you're just like, it barely is, but
I
whatever.
care. That's one of their highest sellers on the Wii was Mario.
No,
Kart.
I know. It's just like that. You'd think that would have been known already or whatever. But yeah, we have a more specific time frame. We don't know if it's right at the beginning of the month or a little later. You know, like can't quite plan your week around it, but.
Probably the best announcement is that they said the Virtual Console lineup will eventually have DS games. The Wii U's Virtual Console lineup.
Yeah, that is
so
kind of
that's
cool.
really cool.
I wonder how those will look. Kind of just big, blown up DS games, but
I bet it'll look as good as every time you plugged like the Game Boy player into your GameCube.
Yeah,
they showed it. They did show an image of them playing like Brain Age on the gamepad, and like you know how Brain Age is one of those ones you hold sideways.
Yeah.
They showed both screens on the Wii U touchpad, so.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it wasn't like your TV's now just awkwardly placed.
Well, that like I said, that was only one of those ones that you hold like the DS like this. So now I don't know how that's going to be for any like a proper game that you would hold.
Right. That makes me think if all the DS games are just going to only be on the touchscreen, and if it's like a normal hold one, you'll just hold the gamepad like this the whole time, and like the bottom half is your touch screen and the top is just normal, like the top screen.
That'd be so
or if
nasty.
they will actually use the TV.
They'd have to use the TV. There's no way.
That would be really weird, but yeah.
I'm sure it'd be garbage for certain games, though.
Kind of speaking on Brain Age specifically for a second, they also kind of said health products were going to be a big initiative for them over the next couple years. So like Wii Fit and stuff, they're kind of doubling down on that. They were also talking about wearables. You know,
no, they said it's not going to be a wearable.
Yeah, they're leapfrogging wearables and going right to non-wearables, and I don't know what that means.
Is that leapfrogging?
I don't know. It sounds like you're just going back to before there were things, but there was a slide and everything. They have a plan, and in 2016, get ready, Nintendo.
It makes sense. Wii Fit did great for them.
I know. Yeah, and
I'm kind of curious how Wii Fit U is doing.
Probably not very good.
I haven't booted it up, like that demo or whatever was on there, and I just never turned it on. So I think there's a balance board. Yeah, I was doing some cleaning. There's a balance board in the corner of this room. It was behind a pile of stuff.
I know that they're selling the bundles already now, and they're like $90.
Okay.
Yeah, it came out last month or this month.
Oh, wait, I remember. We have 2 balance boards. That actually matters now, because like there are games in this one that require 2, and a lot of reviews were kind of saying, yeah, it's kind of shit that you need 2 of these to get the good mini games. People are gonna have to buy another one. It's like, nope, got 2 right here. Woo!
So you're the one customer this game is made for?
I guess so.
Congratulations, Nathan. Go get fit.
All right.
I can't even imagine like that when they were developing this. It's like, okay, and then the second balance board goes over here. Why did not somebody just go, what on earth did you just say to me?
Why would they have 2? It's like everyone's gonna have 2.
Like, I wish I was in the pitch meeting and be like, oh yeah, the second balance board. That's right, I do have 2. Like, who is that person besides Nathan?
Besides me, yeah. I don't know. I guess they just have a warehouse full of them. They've got to sell them. So it's just like, we'll sell another one.
Like, how it should have been is the guy was like, and then out comes your second Wii balance board, and then cut to someone throwing him out the window because he's fired.
Yeah.
Like, I assume it's just for multiplayer-only minigames, right?
I'm not sure. So, all I know is it makes it better.
You call up your friend, invite him over to your house, but got to make sure to remember,
bring that
your balance board over.
There's millions of them out there. Head down to the flea market or something. Like, someone's got to be getting rid of them, too.
I'd imagine.
Yeah.
The last thing in this report is Nintendo is going to be exploring new licensing opportunities for its characters.
Okay.
So, like, theme parks?
I don't know. Maybe we're going to get, like, Mario shirts?
Weirdly, theme parks is the prediction of that book I read about Nintendo's history. It's like the last chapter is just like this guy making this case like Nintendo needs to make theme parks.
I'm reading that book right now.
Okay. Get ready for the end. It's weird. I don't know.
I'm in the 3DO section.
Okay. 3DO? They elaborate on that?
They're talking about Zelda's time ends the 3DO.
You mean the CDI?
The CDI. The Panasonic thing.
Oh, sorry. But they mentioned 3DO. It must have just been like disc-based games are coming.
Like an offhand
Probably
about like the weird state of that generation.
Sorry, CDI.
Yeah.
My
But
mistake.
okay, those Zelda games and that weird Mario game, Hotel Mario.
Yeah.
They elaborate on that.
Anyway, and then Nathan, you also found an article where they said they're looking into introducing a customer loyalty program to get a discount on games.
Yeah.
Which that sounds great. So apparently it'll be something they're looking into, like flexible price points. Like if you've been buying a lot of Nintendo games, future purchases will be cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
Which I thought they already kind of had that.
That's the deluxe digital promotion, which is every $50 you spend, you get $5 back.
Right.
Right. Okay, so it's a.
And then obviously Club Nintendo with the spend 200 coins and you'll get that. Did you guys know they actually added a couple new things?
Added some new games, or what do you mean?
They added they add new games every month or every couple of weeks.
What's the games this month?
They added more of those like 18 game cases for DS and 3DS, a bunch more posters, some
to the
stuff.
Club Nintendo store.
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't checked it since I was.
I don't remember what the games are this month.
Okay.
I honestly never get the games off there.
I've gotten a couple of games off there, actually.
I got Majora's Mask, I think, the week that was a discount or something.
The original F-Zero and Spin 6 are two of the ones they show on the front page.
Okay.
Are either of those for my 3DS?
Spin 6 is.
I don't even know what Spin 6 is.
We can find out for the low price. Yeah,
I'm looking up what the other two are.
But yeah, no, this sounds like a cool idea anyway. Like just kind of rewarding people.
But they already have that in place. I don't understand.
Well, this sounds like they're going further down that path.
Yeah, this seems more like, oh yeah, you bought like all our systems. Here's like $50 off a game, or here's a free game essentially.
That'd be really great if it was retroactive. I highly doubt it will.
I doubt it.
Yeah, I don't think it will.
Like I have almost every first-party Nintendo game. It'd be really great. It's like, wow, you have a lot of these. You don't have to buy Nintendo games anymore.
Yeah, thanks for your years of service.
I feel like they would just lose so much like money from that because a lot of people that keep Nintendo alive are the people who've been buying Nintendo since the NES.
Right. Yeah. But I guess it's just kind of them acknowledging like weird low attach rates for some consoles. Like when the Wii was popular, like a lot of people weren't buying many games at all. So and like they mentioned in here, it's like a lot of people are just picking up 1 or 2 titles a year. Like we'd like to see that go up. So 1, 5, or even 10 titles. Software's offered to use the same price. Okay, regardless of how many times they purchase it, right? So it's just kind of like if you buy a lot of stuff, you should be rewarded in some way. So maybe that's cool. They're spitballing ideas that appeal to me, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, that's the Nintendo lineup. Wasn't that pretty much all the stuff?
That was all the stuff. So let's move on to Microsoft real quick.
Yeah, there's kind of a big story going around.
Yeah, so the big story with Microsoft this week was that they bought Gears of War from Epic.
Yep.
Because Epic is now just the Infinity Blade company.
That's just Chair, technically.
Yeah.
But that's all Epic made. With that and Gears of War Judgment.
Whoa, sorry.
But actually, I believe Epic did come out this week saying, hey, we're still doing Fortnite, so we make games, guys. Yeah, Either way,
most of their dev team's working on Unreal Engine 4, so I'm not surprised. I'm just wondering, like, what is, I guess now Fortnite's going to be like the game that shows off UE4 like Gears did for 3?
maybe.
What is that supposed to be like? What is that shaping up to look like? I don't know if I've seen
Fortnite, wasn't it supposed to be a tower defense / Minecraft thing?
Something like that.
Okay.
With, like, Team Fortress 2 art style or whatever?
I just watched that, like, Black Tusk trailer. I remember seeing that at E3. Like, that's who's handling it now. Sorry, we didn't get to
Black
that
Tusk, which
part
was
yet.
formerly the Microsoft Canada Studios in Vancouver.
Yeah.
So it's Black Tusk Studios. We'll be doing Gears of War from now on. Which, okay.
I'm kind of curious what they're going to do.
You guys want any more Gears of War?
I like Gears of War, so I'm down for this. But I'm just wondering, what are they going to do? Are they going to just start new storylines? Are they going to...
Did you play Judgment?
No, it's the only one I haven't played.
I thought you liked Gears of War.
I do, but I also like BioShock, and I haven't played Infinite yet, so...
I stopped after 2, so I
3 is good. You don't have to play
3 was really good.
Yeah.
It closes a bunch of stuff, too, I'm told. I will see it someday, maybe, but... I wish those were on PC. Remember they put that first one on PC? That was really cool.
You could just go play that on PC.
It was a bad port, so...
It was?
Apparently be careful what you wish for.
Okay. Well, I wish they did good ports of those. Because they used to make great PC games like 10 years ago. Remember those? Like Unreal Tournament?
Mm-hmm.
Those were real cool, so...
Do you remember the Mad World commercials for Gears of War?
Yeah, I hate that song now. It shows up in dumb places. It's like... like it was like a bullying thing. It was like a campaign video about bullying, and it had that song in it. I was like, nope, can't take this seriously. Close window. You can't use that song anymore. Donnie Darko already did it. And that was before that.
Actually, speaking of which, I remember being in a high school communications class.
Yeah.
Someone literally made a bullying video and put that song to it.
Yeah. That song just, like, it fits those emotional things real easy, but...
I remember he took a bunch of, like, photos of, like, one of the other students in the class in, like, a hoodie, like, curled up in, like, corners and stuff, just looking dark.
Yeah.
And then played that song to, like, slow motion zooming in a bit. It was the most cliche thing you could think of.
Yeah, and A+ probably.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure I have no idea what my teacher did to it. I have no idea.
Yeah, that song. I should play Gears 3. I heard that song features, like, prominently, right? They just start playing it at one point.
What, Mad World? Yeah.
Yeah.
In 3, it gets its own moment, kind of.
Awesome.
Does it?
As a bit of a throwback. Yeah. It's a very prominent moment in the game.
I feel like I'm thinking of the moment. I just remember the song being there.
It's there, but it's an instrumental.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I could see that being there then. Okay.
Like, you definitely be like, take notice when the dude starts singing. You're just like, oh. But, okay.
Continuing with Microsoft stuff, there was just a short little mention that they want to do something like 1 vs. 100 on the Xbox One.
Okay.
Which, that's cool, but I feel like people have been kind of saying that, like, once a year ever since that thing got, like, closed down.
Is that just to, like, satiate people who keep emailing them? It's just like, yeah, we're going to look into that.
I don't know.
Don't worry, we got plans.
Like, is that not ringing any bells for you guys?
It seems to be acknowledged somehow every now and then. Like, there was that, like, wasn't there a poker game or something that was, like, modeled after that, like, community game?
Right, but I'm talking even after that. Like, I feel like, almost, like, once a year, someone says, we're looking into strategies like 1 vs. 100 and stuff.
Okay. I don't know.
Maybe I'm just
that
making
specific.
things up.
Maybe you just take special note of them. But you played it more than I did, so yeah.
That was 1 vs. 100 was awesome. I played that thing like every night.
What was the
host?
That was
a fun time.
Cashman? Was that his name? Chris Cashman?
I don't even remember.
Okay. That game show host guy. Whatever.
Wasn't it a girl?
No, it was a guy. It was a dude.
Yeah, the main host guy anyway. But yeah, that was a neat initiative. I don't know if it'll ever happen again, but with how much internet talk they were talking earlier this year, or last year, I guess, like, maybe they'd have some plans along those lines, like, legitimately this time, that might actually really go down. Xbox Live, winning stuff.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully. That's it for Microsoft, though, right?
That's it for Microsoft. Let's move on to Sony.
Yeah.
This is working up nicely. All right, you guys like Sly Cooper?
Mm-hmm.
I never really played it. But
All right, well, you don't have to play it anymore because you can watch the movie.
yeah,
Nice.
I watched the trailer.
There is a trailer.
There is a trailer.
You don't sound excited.
I don't know. It seemed like just fine, generic kids entertainment thing, but like I'm still kind of scratching my head over the Ratchet and Clank movie, and that's like the same guy, like the same producer.
It's the same people, like
No,
same
it's
company
the
working
same
on it?
studio doing it, but it's the director of 2007's TMNT.
I didn't
Which-
see that. I played
Which
the
was
game.
all right from what I heard.
It's okay. It's not. It's
The only
not-
Turtles movie I haven't seen. Speaking of, have you seen the designs for the new Michael Bay one they leaked?
No,
I haven't. I heard they looked okay.
Yeah, they look all right, but they have like human lips. It's a little interesting. They also all wear pants.
What?
I'll link you to the poster of it later.
Okay.
What's her name? Still April?
Megan Fox, yeah.
Yeah. She's still April O'Neil?
As far as unless they've changed something and haven't said anything, yeah, she's still April O'Neil.
Wow.
Okay.
It's weird. Like, and it's a Michael Bay related project. They're working
Mhm.
together again.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, I remember that was a weird thing, but I just wasn't. I haven't heard much of that movie for a while. But anyway, so Sly Cooper's coming. I don't care.
I don't really care either. I never played those. Like, that was like the platforming,
I played a little bit of 3.
franchise. Oh, okay. I skipped that. Like, I played Jack a lot and also Ratchet, and then I just moved on. Like, I didn't check
I
that.
liked what I played of 3. Like that, you had climbing buildings before Assassin's Creed,
Mm-hmm.
but
He's got like a hook, I guess.
Also,
He's-
so PlayStation Now, the streaming thing they were looking into doing,
yeah.
beta invites have been getting sent out.
Ooh.
Just a
there's no
random
pattern.
people?
Like,
Like, there's-
it seems just random so far. No one's figured out a pattern yet.
Okay. Was there like a thing you needed to subscribe to or follow this thing or anything to be considered? Or?
I don't know. They didn't mention what was in the emails when I looked at this thing.
I guess no pattern would indicate there's nothing you could do to be considered, but gotcha.
Right. And then last, this is a short one because there's not much info, but a Chinese company is going to release a new game console.
Ooh.
Okay.
It's going to be called the Nintendo PlayStation 360, right?
No. I'm trying to see. Like, there's really not much info about this. I just kind of really wish I could see a picture of it or a name.
Chinese television company TCL Corp is ready to throw its hat into the home console arena. Okay.
The company said it will release a console like the Xbox, but it did not specify if the company meant Xbox One or not.
Later this year. So, interesting, I guess. Stay tuned to China for weird
But yeah, Chinese
stuff.
television company TCL Corp.
Yep. All right.
So we'll see what that's like.
Big business over there in China right now. Also, weirdly, all of our consoles came from there. But that's, probably not related. Huh.
But they allow
News.
consoles in there now, right?
Yeah, I guess that is kind of a...
That's probably why this
Change.
company's making a new console.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, that's it for news, right? That's all
Yep.
we got. So, question lineup.
Time for emails.
Exactly. Some of them actually were. I'm going to read the first one because it's kind of...
Wait, how can people send in questions?
Oh, I guess there's a multitude of ways, but topdownperspective@gmail.com is the way John was referring to. We also have TDP Podcast on Twitter. That's like with an @ symbol in front of it. And there's a Facebook page over on the Facebook. And I guess, like, just because I was looking through gaming podcasts, like, just on iTunes or whatever, and there's, like, a RuneScape podcast from 6 years ago that's, like, ranked ahead of us somehow. And that makes me mad. So maybe
6 years ago, or like still not
like the
making
last
episodes?
episode was like from 07. So I don't know how that exists. Whatever.
Maybe nothing has changed in RuneScape in those like 6 years, and
And this information is still totally good. I don't
Yeah.
know. Like, people are still turning to it for a resource, but I don't know. I guess I just wanted to kind of do another like solicitation for like, hey, if like a small percentage of our listeners want to just share some thoughts on iTunes and review us, that would be really cool and probably boost us ahead of that. And then my ego will be okay.
All right.
So
well, this is all for Nathan's ego. Keep
Yeah.
that in mind, guys.
but anyway,
And for people watching in the chat right now, feel free to send some questions. We might pick some out as well. But let's
Yeah.
start with the list we currently have.
Yeah. Michael sent in kind of a long one, but it was addressing a thing I said last week. I recently listened to the podcast of 23rd January. I heard Nathan talk about not being able to win Visceral Cleanup Details Santa's Rampage. I think it was Nathan. I get you and Sean confused. I really can only remember John. So there you go. You got a more distinctive voice than I do. I thought I should mention that you can win the game. What you need to do is clean up all the blood, burn all the elf bodies, burn all non-Christmas gift stuff, guns, shotgun shells, knives, etc., and then punch out using the card puncher machine in the hallway leading to the front door. I will say, though, it's kind of hard to beat without no-clip mode because of the game's proneness of having some of the non-Christmas items fall below the map. That's my email. Wish you guys well. P.S. While finding this email address, I came upon a notice on Podbean that says I should probably heckle John about writing a bio for you about your page. John, consider yourself heckled, so you need to fill that in if you want to not get heckled again by Michael.
I've been heckled.
The thing in this that I didn't know at all was the punch card thing. Like, I didn't know that was a mechanic.
So you learned something.
I did, yeah.
Now you know how to finish the game. Now you go back and play it.
I might well have cleaned the whole place, but then I was just like, all right, I guess I'd just turn this off. I don't know. So, yeah, maybe I'll spend another couple hours cleaning. It's kind of weirdly fun, just because it's not like any other game. So I kind of like that game, but it is glitchy in the way like stuff can fall below the map. So good to know that as well. Anyway, that's Michael's question. Thank you. Does someone want to take the next one?
Sure. I'll take the next one. Next one comes to us from Cody. Do you guys think this will be the last generation of consoles? Personally, I think that we may get a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox 2, but there won't be be any times where we say that that was not possible on a PS4/Xbone.
Xbox 2. That's a great name for a console.
It's about time they finally did it.
Like they've kind of just got themselves in this like weird perpetual problem where it's like they can never name something in a logical way.
Or they make the next one the Xbox 3 and they just skip 2 again.
But then 3 versus 5, like that's going to be their quandary, so they can't do that. So
well, they'll make this one the Xbox for you. So the Xbox 4.
Okay. But the fourth one, again, that's not what they want. They want to be on par.
No, but maybe the Wii U takes off, so they go with the Xbox 4U.
Okay. So they just kind of start borrowing from both? Maybe. I guess to the question, like, I guess he's saying, like, there will never be a thing we see in video games that will be like, yeah, but you could never do this before. It was impossible. We needed this technology.
I don't know if I agree with that aspect.
Yeah.
I feel like at the moment we're at like, well, this could have been done on a 360 or whatever.
Or a
maybe like
computer.
graphics-wise.
Yeah.
But like that's the next generation is going to be like 10 years from now, at least 7 years from now.
Maybe like 5 at the minimum, because that used to be what they would do is 5-year cycles. But I see what you mean. VR though is kind of the thing that could be the potential game changer in general. Maybe
that we're seeing at the moment, but
right. So like consoles that support that kind of weird stuff, or go down that avenue, or maybe there's something even different that I can't anticipate. I'm not a soothsayer, so I can't really.
Okay, but the question at hand: do we think this will be the last generation of consoles? Let's say for the 3 of them, what do you think?
Like for Sony and Microsoft specifically, is this their last?
No, I'm saying for 3 and Nintendo. Does Nintendo put out another console?
Yes, Nintendo will make another one.
Okay.
Okay, are you saying like does handheld counts? Because
Nintendo's talking. There's that rumor going around of Nintendo doing the Fusion, which is supposed to be that system that kind of merges both handheld.
I think you're the only person believing that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I believe it. I'm just stating that's the current rumor going around.
Okay. I've just been hearing a lot of pessimism going around about Nintendo in recent days and weeks, so that's the one.
Only days and weeks, huh?
No, I mean specifically, it's been like laser focused the last couple weeks. It's just like flooded Nintendo, like I mean, half our news was all about Nintendo stuff. So it seems like they're the most in trouble right now. Let's see whether it's like last generation consoles at all in general. I really like that PC. That's kind of not a console, but that keeps going. But I don't
think this will be the last generation.
Probably not. I mean, sales have been pretty strong for both of the Xbox One and PS4 going so far. I don't know if they're going to have huge 10-year tails on them like we're kind of saying, or like the last generation did, but probably not. Probably not. I don't know. I don't have more specific thoughts on that.
And John, you think there will be another one?
I think there'll be another one.
And Nintendo will be a part of it, is kind of your further assertion. So, okay.
I think so, too. I think Nintendo will be part of the next generation.
Okay.
All
Sean,
right, we got two from Christopher. He writes in with the first one saying, have you ever played a game that was so unremarkable and boring that you completely forgot you played it the next day?
There are games that I forget to write down in our doc sometimes that I remember too late while we're podcasting, but I don't know if that means I didn't like it, so it just faded
I'm
away.
gonna assume no. I don't think I've done that. Unless
I've definitely done that.
Unless I've played so many in one sitting that they blended together, or if it was a Japanese Sega Saturn live stream and I didn't know what we were playing.
Or it's ask us to recap all the games we played over the course of that. It's and
I can name maybe 10.
Yeah, 10 stand out as being that was interesting and I can remember the name almost. There was Virtua Fighter twice.
Yeah. And Virtua Fighter 2 and
the Chibi one. There was that. Yeah. So that's 4 games right there. So actually,
and Fighting Vipers.
We played Knights and SimCity 2000. So never mind. I got it.
All right. Second question.
Yeah.
What do you think kills the potential of a game faster / more drastically? Rushing a game's schedule, forcing the developers to constantly redo and change large parts of the game, or simply handing it to people who have very limited experience with games in general?
What is Tattoo Assassins?
Tattoo Assassins is that fighting game that never came out officially. That was supposed to be a Mortal Kombat clone / Mortal Kombat killer. It had over 1,000 fatalities.
Okay.
And Tanya Harding was a character in the game, or at least a knockoff character.
Weird. All right. Limited experience isn't always a killer. Some interesting stuff can still come out of that. I think the one that's standing out to me, rushing a game isn't preferable either, but I guess the one that stands out is just the forcing developers to redo and change.
I feel like the second one, forcing developers to constantly change and redo things kind of almost goes hands in hand with rushing the game's schedule.
Yeah.
Because you're kind of setting new deadlines every time you change something.
But that's the thing that can elongate a game's schedule like a Duke Nukem Forever, where it's just all right, let's throw this all out and start again. Let's throw this all out and start again. And then 10 years later, it's all right, we're closing down and someone else is going to finish it, and then that happened or whatever.
So you're basically describing Duke Nukem Forever.
Exactly, that's what I said. So, other games that come to mind where that happened, sometimes it works out. I think L.A. Noire had a long, troubled development history, and despite them kind of chewing up people, that game still came out okay. But
so which one's your answer? Which one do you pick?
I'm still going to choose the second one. That's the weird... I don't like that happening. That's a weirder thing.
I'm going to say a mix between the first and second, but mainly the second.
Okay.
I'm going to go with the first one.
Rushing? You don't like it when
Yeah.
you have 10 months, go! Okay.
I think that sucks.
Fair enough.
And he also does a shout out to spreading the Risk of Rain love.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
So check that out on twitch.tv/exposure. There you go, a little plug. Probably right after this recording, actually. This next one's from Andrew. Here's a question for you. I know it's been a while since it came out, 4 to 5 years, but Radiant Historia for the DS is one of my favorite RPGs of all time. Have you guys played it? And if you have, what do you think of it? And who's your favorite character? Mine's Ott. Smiley kind of face.
I have it, but I've not played it. One of my friends who was visiting me at the time was so into it, he basically ignored us for a week. So needless to say, that kind of killed my enthusiasm for the game, I guess.
And it also killed your friendship.
Yes, clearly, yes.
So it's too good, so you're scared of it, kind of? Or what?
I don't know, it's just God, I
you saw it consume your
God, I
friend.
wish he would just talk to us instead of staying in his room playing Radiant Historia. So
Was this person actually your dad?
Show up with DS, it's just oh, hey. How's it going?
Dad, look at this great. Look at my report card. I did so good, Dad. Look how good you wanted me to do. So good, and I did so good. No, son.
Or I was gonna say like a crayon drawing. It's like it's both of us. We're at the park. It's like that's nice. Reading a story. It's so great.
I'm on the swing, and you're pushing me, and you're not holding a DS in your hands. You're holding me in your hands. Remember when you used to like give me a hug?
I like how we're talking about a DS game like I was just a small child when this happened.
And then your dad responds, "John, shut up. Your good brother, Radiant Historia, is trying to tell me a cool story here."
I hadn't really heard much about it, but
I feel like at that point I just need to put him in a home because he might have like hysteria.
Just weird dementia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're saying. This game sounds awesome. I should probably play it.
I guess I'll look up more about it.
Apparently it is a fantastic RPG. So like I said, I have it. I just have not felt enthused to play it.
Okay. Do you know much about like who published it? Like
Atlas.
Okay, that makes sense. I should have. Yeah.
I can actually just turn around and grab the game. Honestly, I can probably see it if I turned around.
Just show it on the video.
Sure.
Like proof positive that you own it.
All right, I'll take the next question then while that's happening.
Okay.
Matt writes in, based on Nintendo's recent announcement of more liberal use of licensing their characters, what do you expect to come out of this that aren't games?
John, speak so that it switches to you and you can show off the game.
I am showing off this game. Restore the true history. In the midst of an unending war, Stock leads a mission that goes horribly awry. However, with the mystical White Chronicle, he discovers a way to go to the intersection of time itself, Historia, to rewrite past events. Can he thus alter the world's ill-fated course?
There you go. Mysteries. So Nintendo licensing their characters. Theme parks, we already said that's probably going to happen. Probably like, Charles Martinet doing a stand-up comedy tour with a Mario head on. Like, that's pretty much guaranteed. Beyond that, I don't really know. Like, there's tons of products already.
Yeah, like they've already licensed them out quite a bit, but I guess...
Man, dude, Nintendo Serial System. It's coming back. It's gonna be
the application is like on other platforms, but I don't feel like that'll happen yet.
Right, and they already even shot down like weird gaming app everything. Yeah. So it sounds like basically what we said in that news story. Like there's probably gonna be a functional app, like Club Nintendo app or something.
Miiverse app instead of just the website.
So that's kind of cool, but other than that, I don't know. Like
I'm gonna say something like they gave Metroid
to Retro Studios.
Retro.
Oh, you're saying more recently, Team Ninja.
Yeah, Team Ninja.
I'm thinking more on their kind of like second tier characters.
Yeah.
So like a Star Fox, maybe like a third, even like an F-Zero. I feel like those are going to go out to third parties more often.
Well, like
Star
Namco
Fox has already gone out twice technically, once to Rare and the other time to Namco.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess so. That might give them kind of a faster development of like more of their lineup or whatever. But
I mean, I think about the Star Fox 64 remake was done by I think the Pixel Junk shooter guys, wasn't it?
I have no idea.
It was like Grezzo or something like that. I can't remember who made it.
That did which one? Sorry.
Star Fox 64 3D for the 3DS.
Oh, the port. I don't know. I really don't know. Is that like? I mean, it's that 64 game, so I assume it's good. Did they do more to the multiplayer or anything? Or?
They added some new stages and added in like that weird camera system.
Okay.
Yeah, I really don't know.
Yeah, realistically, yeah. Since they basically said they aren't doing weird stuff, I wouldn't expect too much to come out of that. Sorry, John. Do you want to take the next one? We kind of skipped your turn.
Sure.
Okay.
That was a liberal license questions, right? We just did from Matt.
Yeah.
Cool. This next question comes to us from Allison. Have you heard about the new One Piece RPG game for the 3DS? Hey, Sean, will you purchase it since you like cartoons?
I'm going to say no to both.
You don't like cartoons or One Piece. Okay.
Yeah, that was it. Yep.
Yeah, okay. No, whatever. I didn't hear much about this game, but I guess it's asking would you purchase it. So I guess have you heard about the new One Piece RPG? No, I didn't. I did not hear that.
I first heard about it when I loaded up Club Nintendo today and saw it on the bottom saying you can earn 40 coins for it.
Okay.
For a One Piece game?
Yeah. One Piece Romance Dawn.
Is that an ongoing show still in Japan? Like, is there more of it?
Yeah, One Piece is the most popular manga in the world right now.
Okay. Huh. Cool. Monkey D. Luffy, I know that much. Yeah. And he ate some sort of weird something.
All right, last questions.
Hey. Oh, okay. Junkie GS. As the bachelors that you all are of the video game industry, any advice on how to get and maintain a relationship? I don't know. Hey, Brittany. We're doing okay, I guess. But play games together. Play RBI baseball a lot, probably. And don't.
That is the answer.
Don't like be too heckly about it either. Like if you steal a base or something, just be nice. I don't know. I'm not an expert really.
I like how he called us bachelors and was like, I need date advice.
Yeah. That's not the right place to. Okay. Games are fun. Have similar interests. There you go. That's all I got. Maybe.
I'm gonna second having similar interests.
Yeah. John, any thoughts? Any relationship pundit?
That's an easy one. Like you guys have said, have similar interests, but not all the same ones. So there's still variety between you two.
So you can still learn more about other stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just kind of learn more about them. Don't rush into a relationship if you don't need to.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you're ready for one. Stuff like that. Don't go. Yeah, I think the best advice that's always worked for me is don't go looking for a relationship because eventually it'll just find you.
Yeah, that's kind of what.
I thought you were gonna say don't go breaking my heart.
Yeah. Also that. Don't
go chasing waterfalls.
Yeah, basically turn to songs from the 90s. They're full of great advice. There's a second component to all this. I believe the way Nintendo should handle the Wii U crisis is to market the Wii U as a children's console and then release another console for hardcore gamers that's competitive with the Xbox and PS4 and can actually be marketed well. Thoughts? I think the Wii U kind of is marketed at the hardcore gamer, isn't it? Like, I bought one. Like, it's HD, and it's got the,
Yeah, but they're saying change the marketing and make it for kids.
Oh, so it's like, throw this one aside as, like, that's that weird kid thing, and then do a bunch of R&D.
And then bring out the Extreme box, your Wii X.
So leapfrog the PS4 and Xbox One and just, like, go right to the next thing. Just jump over it and make something crazy. That's totally unfeasible. I don't think they can invest that kind of money right now in something completely different. They need to save this ship first. It's really just flashbacks to GameCube era, and I was way into the GameCube. So I'm still on board this boat. We're sailing somewhere. It's going to be something. I got that Zelda game. Thanks for lending me Pikmin. I feel like I should have bought it now. Like I should have helped them. But
you should play it.
I should play it. That much is true. Me and Olimar. Oh, well, not Olimar. Whatever.
In the third one, it's not Olimar, yeah.
Are there pick carrots? Are those in it?
Don't know.
Okay. Whatever. I'll find out. I don't know. It's totally unfeasible for them to maintain like two main living room consoles. So in a magical world where they had all the money and they could do that, that would be cool. But I think just in terms of hardcore stuff, like there's still that Xeno.
I also don't want to buy another console right now.
Already? Yeah, I know. It's like
I don't want them to be like, remember that Wii U? Nah. It's like, what?
Screw you guys, already did that. Like,
the amount of R&D and everything that would go into making a new console that would compete with that would take too many years, and by then it would still be considered behind the curve. So
yeah, they can't do that. So I guess they just need to really back it up on the software front. What's that game? I keep forgetting what it's called. It's from the Xenoblade people.
Xenoblade Oh, the new one that's coming out for Wii U?
Yeah, it's just X.
It's just called X currently. That's just its working title.
Okay. That's got, like, robots in it. It looks crazy.
Giant mech suits, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, we're finally getting a game with robots?
Yeah, we're getting a robot game. It's going to be awesome.
Oh, shit.
Actually, I've been thinking more and more about that Fall of Cybertron game. Did you guys check that out? Should I check that out sometime?
I've heard they're good.
Okay.
Which game?
Fall of Cybertron. Like the last Transformers one.
I heard there was some cool multiplayer stuff.
Yeah. It's just $60 still. It came out like a year and a half ago, and Activision's just like, no, $60 forever. You're going to pay it or you're not going to play it. I'm like, ah. So it's like, no sales. Anyway, thanks for the emails. Once again, topdownperspective@gmail.com. Facebook, there's the group there. Top Down Perspective, like TDP Podcast on Twitter. And if you like and you want to help us dethrone the Runeit or whatever the heck that podcast is called, review us on iTunes. It would be really awesome. Games
Ruin the RuneScape podcast.
Yeah. I played a lot of RuneScape. I'm fine with that game. It's just so weird to me that this like old husk of a podcast is like sitting there.
It's still shitting on our party.
Yeah, what's that about? So
we clearly need to kill them.
Yeah, we need the top down
team
to get out there and just
top down assassins.
I just think that's how you're in the rankings. Is all dependent on that. It's like how many listens doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's just the reviews. So make that happen. Games of the week though. Let's go around and share some of our favorites.
Before we jump into that, I realized we didn't mention this.
Chat or
no? Legend of Zelda: Four Sword Adventures is free on the 3DS eShop for the next 3 days. I don't know if we went into details on that.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you're listening to that now, you should probably go get it. It is the same game that came out like a year ago.
Yeah, it was free before as well.
But then they took it off the market, so that's the only way to get it is when they do this. So it's available for the next 3 days, and it's probably gone again.
Okay. So PSA. Was there any questions from the chat? Sorry, before we.
I didn't see any, but we went through a bunch anyway. So.
Okay. So yeah, games of the week then. We'll highlight some favorites.
My game of the week is Risk of Rain again.
Okay. 2 weeks in a row, so top of the charts. John, out of your old games / Pokemon, what was your favorite thing?
Pokemon.
Despite beating Metroid, finally, dethroning, killing Mother Brain, Pokemon. So you really like it then? That's the conclusion.
I just really didn't like those other games.
Okay. Well, you got to cut that cool commercial in Pokemon.
Exactly. That's cool. That's what sold Pokemon for me.
And you, Nathan?
Oh man. Right. Even though I liked pretty much everything this week, I'm gonna say Broken Age just because I was really impressed by some of the story turns and yeah, it was real satisfying.
I'm excited to dive into it this weekend.
Yeah, I'm excited for the second part when that happens in April, I think. So yeah, that's a cool game.
All right, thanks for joining us, guys. We'll be back next week.
Yep.
See you guys then.
Have a good time in February. Groundhog Day is coming up. Get ready.